Hello, welcome back to SARS Football Corner. Welcome back to another live stream, another show, another video on the channel. Big ups to everybody is tuned in nice and early. Big ups to everybody is watching on the replay. Make sure you are subscribing to the channel. Make sure you are liking the video if you haven't already. We are here to do the Arsenal transfer show where we talk with everybody who is linked to a transfer move to Arsenal and everybody that is linked away from the club as well. Listen, make sure you smash the like button, as I said. Make sure you are subscribing to the channel. Make sure you get that done, people. We're going to speak for about an hour, just go over everything that's been happening. Obviously, we've got an hour later where we're going to be dancing on that Chelsea grave. You know what I mean? We're there, man. We're there. Dancing on Chelsea's grave, man. The end. It ended before it even began. But anyway, make sure you're liking the video. Make sure you're subscribing. Let's start off with the big news. Let's start off with the news that hit yesterday and literally threw the Arsenal fan base into panic and World War III, basically. World War III in the Arsenal fan base. Let's have a look. So, Eddie Nketiah. Nketiah, the Eddie Nketiah deal looks to have gone sideways. Apparently now we are not accepting that bid of 27 million. We are looking more for the around 30 million, I believe. 30 million pounds is what we're looking for Eddie Nketiah. Now, what has happened is apparently, according to a source in France, that what has happened is Marseille are basically walking away from the deal. Apparently, they're fed up, walking away from the deal. They've had enough. They don't want to. They don't want to carry on, and they're happy. They're happy to just leave and go and look elsewhere for players. Now, what I will say, guys, what I will say is not everything is as it seems. Now, yesterday, obviously, we heard that. Let me just get it. Yeah. So yesterday we heard from Fabrizio Romano. Arsenal and Olympique Marseille are Marseille's deal for Eddie Nketiah is getting complicated. Olympique Marseille won't pay Arsenal's demands. Marseille could look to sign a striker, another attacker after Mukoko, who has or does look like that is getting the go ahead. Does look like that is going ahead, and that was the news that was coming from Fabrizio Romano. There was also another source, I believe, which stated that they have finished with Eddie Nketiah. They don't want to carry on with Eddie Nketiah. They don't want to speak about Eddie Nketiah anymore. They don't want to discuss terms. They put their 27 million bid out, and if that's not getting accepted, then that is it from the Marseille front. Now, what I will say is I didn't believe it was just done like that. I thought, let me calm down. Let me not scream on social media. Let me not go crazy and act like I ain't been here before. I think this deal will go through. I think eventually they'll probably end up being at like maybe 28, 29 million. 27 million for them to go up a couple of million is not that bad. And I think Arsenal will eventually say, yeah, let's go at 27, let's go at 29 million. Let's just finalize the deal there and then you can have him. I don't think Marseille are just gonna leave like that. I know people were saying it, and that was in the height at the moment, and everybody was just jumping on that whole bandwagon of, oh my god, Marseille left. We're never gonna get rid of Eddie Nketiah. Oh my god. Now, what I can say is that Eddie Nketiah is, in my personal opinion, I don't think he's worth anything. I mean, I would take 15 million for him right now. If I could, I'll take 15 million for him, and just take the losses, bro. Just understand that he's not that striker. He's not that guy. That's my personal opinion. Obviously, not a lot of people agree with that. Some may agree with that, but I don't think he's worth a lot. But obviously, they think he's worth a lot. If they're able to go and give 27 million for Eddie Nketiah, then obviously they think he's worth a lot. They think he's worth that money. So if they are, or if they think that he's worth that money, then they should go ahead and get him. Fight for him. If you think he's worth that money. Arsenal are obviously valuing him at 30 million, is what they're valuing him at. Now, that's the difference between them and Marseille. Marseille don't value him that high. However, with the transfer market and how it's going, it looks like they were set. De Zerbi likes the guy. He likes this player. He wants to bring him in. Now, for me, I look at this as a situation where let's see what happens. There's still a lot of the transfer window to go. We're not finished yet. There's still the rest of the month to go. So I'm waiting to see how this unfolds. Obviously, we've also seen reports that clubs in the Premier League are actually looking, because they thought that they stepped away because they thought Marseille was going in for this one. They were locked in talks with Arsenal and look to be finalizing the deal and sealing it over, or getting it over the line. But there could be still some clubs, if Marseille walk away, that could come in and say, listen, we want to take him, we want to take him, we want to take him. My preference is I would like him to move away from the Premier League. I don't need him to be in the Premier League scoring against us. I'm okay. As little amount of times as that probably will happen, that he will score against us, but listen, we don't want him to score against us, man. That's gonna be the biggest disgrace ever if we let Eddie Nketiah score against us. Do you know what I mean? That is one of the biggest disgraces ever. However, this morning we had reports from L'Equipe who says the possibility of recruiting the Arsenal striker has by no means been abandoned, but Arsenal's changing position is annoying Olympique Marseille. The two clubs are still at odds over the value of the striker, and are still at odds over the value of the striker. Now, they are still in talks. Yeah, they are still in talks, and they are still looking at the striker situation with Eddie Nketiah. So they haven't walked away. All of this stuff being told that they've walked away, they've abandoned, is obviously bullcrap, because L'Equipe is one of the biggest news outlets out in France. Do you know what I mean? They're one of the biggest news outlets out there in France, so they definitely have their people that are looking into it, and their own personal sources who give them the information. So they've obviously said that it's not done and out. They're still locked in over talks, trying to find out a solution. And listen, Arsenal could very well find a solution for this. As long as we get to over 25 million. So, bro, please, man, just leave me alone, man. Leave me alone, bro, please. You fraud. But yeah, so yeah, Arsenal can be in Arsenal in talks with Marseille. They're talking with them around about the player, and right now we just need to wait and see, because if we can get anything over 25 million, I think that's a massive win. That is a massive win for us, because I don't believe that Nketiah is worth more than 15 mil. So if we can get 10 mil over what I think he's worth, I'm taking that to the bank. Because I don't think he's worth the money that we're going to get for him, possibly. Do you know what I mean? I don't think he's that money that we're going to get for him. And I understand people are saying, oh, you need to value, because um there's two different places where you can go to this. um you can go to the place where you got these top gooners who say, oh, I don't want him to leave, but if he does leave, we need to get 40 mil, 50 mil for him. He's a quality player, he's this, he's that. Then you get the people in the middle, like me, who say, I don't rate the player, I want him to leave, but I don't mind what we're gonna get for him. And then you get the people on the other side who just find this situation, and they're just like, nothing's gonna make them happy. Even if he leaves now, I guarantee you there will be people who will say, why didn't we get more for him? Why didn't we get more for him? I'm like, brother, what do you want the club to do? Do you know what I mean? So listen, the reality of the situation is he is going to leave. I do believe he is going to leave. I think it wouldn't be in the best interest of Arsenal to keep him. I don't believe it will be in the best interest of anybody at Arsenal to keep him, because this player wants to leave now. He's made up his mind. He's agreed terms with Marseille. I believe he agreed terms with Marseille, Crystal Palace, and agreed terms with Fulham as well. So those are three clubs that he's agreed terms with. Maybe Fulham, I don't see them spending another £30 million on Eddie Nketiah. I don't see it happening. Obviously, they bought Emil Smith Rowe for 35, and that was in itself their biggest transfer that they've ever done in their history. So I don't see them possibly making it more and going in for another bid for Nketiah. But I do see Nketiah going to Marseille. I do see him going to Marseille. I do see Marseille coming in with another offer in the region of around 29 million plus add-ons, possibly hard add-ons, but they will come in with another offer. I really do see that happening. And listen, until the transfer window is done, I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not going to swear. I'm not going to cuss. I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not going to get vexed until the transfer window is done. If he's at this club when the transfer window is done, there is serious cause for concern. There is cause for concern. And we need to realize that if he does stay, that's somebody who's going to be unhappy because they wanted to leave, because they're not getting enough game time. And it's always also going to be 100k coming off that wage bill every single week for a player that we're not going to play because he's not at the level. Simple stuff. So, listen, a few players that we need to get in. A few players that we need to get in from or get out. A few players that we need to get out of the squad. A few players that we need to get rid of, in likes of Nketiah, in the likes of Reece Nelson, in the likes of the politician. That we need to get rid of these players. Okay, the politician, I don't think they're going to get rid of him. I think they might like him. I don't know. That's my personal preference. My personal preference is get rid of the guy. But in regards to the other two, Arsenal have put them out for sale. West Ham, that's gone a bit quiet. I don't think they're going to be going in for Reece Nelson. I don't know if the if they still have the interest or still hold the interest. Hopefully, they can do it before the end of the window. But that is yet to be that remains yet to be seen, whether we will go in for him, whether we will get a deal done with West Ham where they can take him off our hands, because I believe he's on 100k as well, if I'm not mistaken. Is Reece Nelson on 100k? If I'm not mistaken, I think he is. If I'm not mistaken, I think he is on 100k as well. So we get rid of these two players, that's 200k a week in the bank. In the bank. Simple as that, man. Simple as that. So Yeah, listen, I think Nketiah still could be going to Marseille. I'm not ruling it out. I'm not going to overreact at the moment. And yeah, I'm just hoping that we can get these guys off the books. I'm hoping that we can get these guys off the books. I truly think our attacker slash striker, um, our attacker slash striker chase solely depends on getting this guy out the club. So hopefully we can get that done and we can get the striker in so we can start playing the football that we need to play. But um, other than that, moving on to the next bit of news that we need to cover. Speaking about Osimhen's exit. Speaking about Osimhen's exit, let's have a quick look at the tweet yesterday that was put out by Fabrizio Romano, who said Victor Osimhen not even called up for Napoli in their friendly game against Girona yesterday. I believe Girona won 2-0. If I'm not mistaken, I might have to double check that, but I do believe they did win 2-0. Let's just have a quick look. Let's have a butchers. Where is it? Girona, Napoli, Girona, Napoli, Girona, Napoli. And there goes the police. So they did, yes. They lost 2-0 yesterday to Girona. And Victor Osimhen was not a part of that squad, people. And in the tweet, Fabrizio Romano goes on to say Napoli and Osimhen's camp working hard on the solution for Victor Gyokeres to leave, for Victor Osimhen to leave, as Antonio Conte only wants Romelu Lukaku at the club. So they've put out their terms there. They only want Romelu Lukaku at the club. They don't want he doesn't want to play with Osimhen. They didn't play him in the game. They didn't use him in the friendly. So clearly he's about to be out. Clearly he's on his way out. And this ties in with another transfer that's been doing the rounds. PSG, who were interested in Victor Osimhen. Too many Victors, bro. We're actually linked to too many Victors. Victor Osimhen. PSG linked to Victor Osimhen. They've agreed personal terms. However, apparently we've offered higher fee for him. They've offered better wages. PSG are going in now for Julian Alvarez from Manchester City. They're chasing him. They want to get him. 50 to 60 million fee is doing the rounds, but apparently Man City are looking for a more 70 to 80 million. If Julian Alvarez goes to PSG, I think Osimhen could come here. I think Osimhen could come here and could come to Arsenal. I think that will give us the leeway to go in there, say, listen, we want to put the money up. We got the money here for you. Now let's speak to Victor Osimhen and let's try and sort a deal out for him. The situation right now is, who do we go for? Osimhen or Gyokeres? Now, obviously, Gyokeres, everybody loves Gyokeres. I don't know if you guys watched I was doing a bit of a Osimhen watch yesterday. And listen, people, when I tell you Sky is he's actually effed, bro. He's actually mad. Yesterday, Sporting played. Guess who got 2 assists? Guess who got 2 assists? The main man himself, Victor Gyokeres, got 2 assists yesterday. 2. Now, Victor Gyokeres obviously is the one that most people want. Obviously, is the one that most Arsenal fans want to come to the club. However, if this Osimhen deal goes through, and he doesn't go to PSG, I could see us also going in for him because he is somebody that has been talked about as well with the club. He was the first one that was spoken about before Victor Gyokeres was even mentioned. It was all about Victor Osimhen. And Osimhen was coming to Arsenal. And Osimhen this and Osimhen that. That's what was spoken about before Victor Gyokeres was even mentioned. So I do believe that Victor Osimhen is higher on the priority list or on the striker list than Victor Gyokeres. I do believe that. But also, Julian Alvarez is on there. Also, Victor Gyokeres, obviously. We're looking at so many strikers at the moment. So many strikers. But the reality of the situation is we need to get one in ASAP because this is the final thing, man. This is the final thing that we need. Now, for me, I wouldn't take Alvarez just because I think we need somebody who is more of a bagsman, in my personal opinion. Somebody who will take the chances as they're given to him. Somebody who will not waste chances. Yeah. Somebody who will be able to somebody that will come in and somebody who would help us by taking those chances. We create so many chances where we're crossing the ball into the box. We create so many chances where we're doing these balls across the box and leaving them there, and nobody's ever in the right space. Nobody's ever occupying the right space to put these balls away. Pause. We need to get that guy. And that guy, for me personally, big up Will Z, by the way. That guy, for me, simply put, that guy is Victor Gyokeres. I think he's got the height. I think he's got the speed. I think he's got the clinical edge. I think he's got the physicality. He's fast, good with his head. Like, bro, everything is going right. Everything is going right, bro. So Victor Gyokeres should be the guy who comes in. Out of all the striking options at the moment, my striking option that I would like to go with is Victor Gyokeres. I think he's brilliant. I think he's the one who needs to come in. I think he's the one for the future. Although him being 25, we're about to get him. It's not really much of a future. The future is in like 2 years, but he is the one that we need to get, man. Because once he reaches his prime, he's going to be electric. Even yesterday, bro, the way he fought off the guy to carry on running and get that assist, put it into the box was brilliant. Off of that left side. Like we said, like we stated, that this is what he does. He plays off the left, he plays down the right. Sometimes he plays down the middle. So majority of the time down the middle. So, and yeah, Will, listen, I this is what I said. This is what I said. Yeah, at the moment, I think Eddie needs to be sold until we get a new striker. That is the reality of the situation at the moment that we're in. And Tawana, I fully understand what you're talking about here because I also don't want no more City players. I don't need any more City players because this is realistically, if City are willing to sell to us and they're willing to sell a player to us, that player is not the level. Otherwise, they would have let him. They would have made him stay. Do you think if we 3 or 4 or 5 years ago, 6 years ago, if we would have gone to Man City and said we want to buy Kevin De Bruyne, 100 million, 120 million, would they have let him go? No, they wouldn't have let Kevin De Bruyne go, even for that money, because they know that he is their bread and butter. So yeah, man, listen, I don't I don't want no more City players. I'm in agreement with you, Tawana. I think City players at the moment, could be of a hindrance to us. And yeah, I don't want them. I'm perfectly happy getting players from other leagues. I'm perfectly happy getting players from other teams apart from City, man. Yeah, we're not. I don't need to do that. We don't need to go in for them. There's plenty other players out there that we can go and get. Plenty. So yeah, definitely need to look at somebody else in the league, somebody else outside the league. Like a Victor Gyokeres. He's the one, man. He is the one. So listen, the day that we get Victor Gyokeres, guys, we're having a party right here, right now, bro. We're gonna have a party right here in the stream. Yeah, it's gonna be a Gyokeres party. Do you know what I mean? So if he comes in, that is what's gonna happen. But anyway, um, let's move on. Let's move on to Mikel Merino. Mikel Merino at the moment is being reported as close. No real change at the moment, from what I can see. No real change from what I can see. I've got a tweet here that comes direct from Fabrizio Romano that says Mikel Merino and Arsenal have agreed personal terms, as we know anyway. Mikel Merino is considered the perfect opportunity. Arsenal expected to close the agreement with Real Sociedad in the next few days. So nothing's really changed in that sense. However, guys, I'm just looking at that. Like, guys, can I just copy this link? I'm going to put a link in the chat right now. I'm going to put a link and I need you guys to click on it. I need you guys to click on it. I need you guys to click on this link. I need you guys to click on this link and I need you guys to go have a look quickly at what the main man, Victor Gyokeres, has done yesterday. Because he actually looks too good. He actually looks too good. It's too good to be true, bro. Do you know what I mean? And people said to me, "Oh, after his injury, he might take time to, adjust again and get back into his ways. He's not going to look like the same player. Looks like the same player to me. Doesn't look like the injuries affected him at all, at all." Nathan saying Marino gets back Friday tomorrow, so should close the deal this week or in the week. Yeah. Everybody's stating that the deal will be closed this week. Looking midweek, maybe Wednesday, Thursday, we should get the here we go, and Friday possibly get the all announcement from Arsenal that he is a part of the squad. Guys, ask me questions. Let's do a bit of question time on any questions you guys want to ask, anything you want to speak about. The floor is yours. Let's tackle your topics in football, Arsenal related, whatever. Let me know. Send me questions if you want to send them. Let's have a look at yes, Tawana. I'm also with that thought. I hope Eddie goes by next week. I'm a bit tired of this whole Eddie saga. Eddie Nketiah is not the player to have a saga over. Wallah, he's not the player to have a saga over. Oh, like, please. There you are, Aaron. There you are, Aaron. You fraud. That's it. What's your favorite color? Let's start with the basics. What's your favorite color? Um, Yeah, what a guy, man. What a guy. Um, while we're on it, my favorite color is black. Actually, no, it's red. Although I wear a lot of black clothing, but it's probably red. It's red. It is red. Red and white. Red and white, man. We're effing dynamite, mate. Um, but yeah, football related, guys. Football related. So what will happen with Nelson? All gone quiet. Ramsdale as well. What will happen with him? Well, the thing is, with Nelson, obviously it's all gone quiet. I agree. Ramsdale, there's still talks behind the lines from what I'm reading on social media and what I'm reading within the news. That's saying that apparently Newcastle are still interested. Newcastle are still interested in bringing him in. So yeah, I think Ramsdale could be going to Newcastle possibly, but I don't see him staying here. I don't understand what's going on with it because I genuinely don't see him staying in here. And I think the reason why a lot of it has gone quiet is because of his wages. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's on 150 to 200k. Arsenal wage bill. Let's just have a look. I'm sure he's on. What is Aaron Ramsdale? Oh no, he's 120k. So he's on 120k, which is quite a lot of money. So he's just gotten a new contract. So we've kind of effed ourselves there because we've given him a new contract and now we want to get rid of him. Do you know what I mean? So it's just one of those situations where we we need to look at the we need to look at what's happening with this guy and we need to hurry up and get him out because if we don't, 30 mil, who will pay 30 mil? Listen, I don't know, man. I don't know who's gonna play. Yeah, Will. Wallahi, I realized. Wallahi, I realized. I realized. That's why I said red. But anyway, big up to the color black. Even though it's not a color. But yeah, let's go to the next questions. Let's have a look. Do you think Calafiori will play versus Wolves? Yes, I do. I think he's going to play against Bayer Leverkusen. To tell you the truth, I think he's playing against Bayer Leverkusen, and I think he'll play start of the season over Timber. Yeah, I think he's going to play. We're saying question you've probably been asked 100 times, but when and how did you start supporting the Gooners? I supported the Gooners from my father and my uncle. Yeah, long time ago when I was a little kid. There was only one way. There was only one way, and it was down the path of red and white. Do you know what I mean? There was no support another team. There was no this. There was no that. Yeah, it was just support Arsenal. That's all there was. Okay, I was not allowed to pick any other way. To be honest. Um, but yeah, thank you very much for the question, Will. Appreciate it. Love Arsenal hit the up said, would you want Arteta sacked if lack of trophies are shown? Next season he has to win something. He has to win something. Now, whether that be a league depends. Because if we don't get the proper signings, then he has to win a trophy. If we get the signings that I think we're gonna get, and I think we could get, if we get like obviously we got Calafiori, if we get Merino, if if we get Victor Gyokeres and we get a backup for Saka, then the league has to be warranted to be won. Only context that can save him is, let's say for instance he gets the FA Cup and the League Cup, and then maybe he's like a 1 point off of the league, and he gets to like a Champions League final or a semi-final, something like that. Then maybe you can talk about like you can't sack him if he's just won a trophy or two trophies. Do you know what I mean? Especially if he wins two trophies in a season, you can't sack him. And then obviously we go next season. But yeah, he does have to start winning now. I think the window of growth and the window of building is slowly closing. So he does need to start winning soon. Otherwise, it will get rather annoying for all of the fans that have been waiting patiently um for this trophies that we've been waiting for, bro. Because the last thing we won was the FA Cup, but before that, we were winning FA Cups. Do you know what I mean? We won two on the bounce, so we need to make sure that we need to make sure that we're winning trophies now. We have a very good team, a very, very good team, and we need to just keep on improving on the team now. And we need to keep on winning trophies, man. If we don't, and if we don't win a trophy next season, I believe this conversation has to be had. Doesn't need to be sacked, because there's only so far you can go. Do you know what I mean? There's only so far that you can go where it starts to become like you can't progress anymore. Do you know what I mean? You can't progress anymore. But anyway, big up to you, love Arsenal the Ops, of course, my brother. Um, Nathan saying, question: was 22-23 Martinelli uh his level, or was he overperforming that season? No, I believe that was his level. I believe once you give him a good system and you give him players around him who can support him, because every player needs players that are around him that will support him. Every player, unless you're Lionel Andres Messi, who is able to freaking just take the ball and say, yeah, just you guys stay there and just stand there and let me just work. Unless you have that, every other player needs assistance. Every other player needs to have a player next to them to help them, somebody to pass the ball to if they get into a bit of trouble. So yeah, I don't think Martinelli was overperforming that season. I think that Martinelli, that is the level, that is his level, and I think he can go higher than that level, but he just needs assistance. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't want to. Don't leave him as a touchline wing and expect him to just spam crosses in, bro. He's not going to do that, bro. He's not going to do that. He's an inside forward, bro. So he wants those through balls. He wants the overlapping runs so he can get inside and get a shot on goal. That's what Martinelli thrives off of. So take that away from him and give him responsibilities of somebody who's there to assist. Like, bro, that's not him. That is not Martinelli. That's not what his play style and his player profile is originally supposed to be a striker. So us playing him on the left is wrong anyway. But when you're playing him as a winger who's there to just freaking cross the ball and start assisting players, that is completely out of line. So I feel like the system killed Martinelli last season. I think that was the majority of the reason why he failed last season. But I think this season with Calafiori coming in, obviously Timber being there, if we get Mikel Merino and we play him in the left side of the midfield, I think Martinelli could cook this season. I think we could see him back at that level, if not maybe even higher. So that's just my personal opinion on Martinelli. But thank you very much for the question, Nathan. There we go. Let's what was the next question? Oh, we answered Rob's question. We answered Rob's question without even looking at Rob's question. We answered Rob's question without even looking at Rob's question. So Rob, hopefully we answered that for you, bro. Hopefully we answered that. Because it looks like we answered that already. But big up to you. Who would you give more minutes to, Salah, Nwaneri, or Skelly? Nwaneri at the moment. Nwaneri looks like a generational talent. He looks very good. Looks very good. So I would give the majority of the minutes to Nwaneri. I think he's ready to step up to that next level. He just looks so comfortable around players that are much older than him. But he looks comfortable there. Do you know what I mean? So I think for me, Nwaneri is one that should get majority of the minutes, but I still think Salah and Skelly deserve more minutes, man. They deserve more minutes to have their chance to show you what they can do. Do you know what I mean? That's definitely one that we need to look at doing. What's the next one? Would you rather start Calafiori on the left or Timberland on the left as a starting lineup? This is a bit controversial because I love I love Timberland, man. Big up Timber, man. Big up Julien Timber, bro. I got a lot of love for the guy, man. He's brilliant defender, brilliant on the ball, and just a hard worker, bro. But I can't lie, Calafiori, if it's true what they say about this guy and how good he is on the ball, I think he's better than Timber on the ball. Obviously, we need to see how he plays. We need to see what he does. But at the moment, I can't really answer it until I see Calafiori to see if he is truly good on the ball. Because I've seen Timber at the left, and Timber's very good on the left. So I need to see what Calafiori can do on the left, so I can decide who will I start at the start of the on the starting 11 for the first game of the season against Wolves. So we will probably have to wait until we can see. But yeah, definitely one that we need to look at, bro, because that's going to be a mad one. Eddie Nketiah to Crystal Palace, please. Andy, why do you want Eddie Nketiah to Crystal Palace? You're a Liverpool fan. Bit weird. But big up to Andy. Yeah, listen, Andy. Listen, I think if Marseille pull away, I think Crystal Palace will come in because Crystal Palace have been chasing this guy for years and years and years. They love him. So we're gonna have to wait and see what happens with that. But yeah, listen, we could possibly see that. We could possibly see that Eddie Nketiah going there. They've been chasing him for a while. So if he did go to Crystal Palace, it would not surprise me one bit. To be honest. No, there's not really such a thing overperforming, only a playing at your maximum. Yeah, I completely agree, Aaron. Martinelli will cook this season, dips in form and normal with young players. And the thing is, Aaron, that's a very good point right there because I feel like people in this day and age forget like how young these players are, and they forget that dips in form can happen. Dips in form can happen, but then also reigniting the form that was once there can happen also. So people want to um throw Martinelli to the coals and throw him like last night's trash. Do your thing, bro. I never gave up with Martinelli. I always stayed supporting Martinelli because I feel like Martinelli has a future at this club. I feel like he has a future on that left side. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's just one of those situations. He's not better than Timber on the ball. Let's not overreact. From what I'm hearing, he's one of the best centre backs on the ball. So I need to see how he plays. That's what I'm saying. Let's see how he plays. Let's compare it to how Timber plays, and we'll make a decision on who we think is the best on that left side. A bit of conspiracy type question. Do you think that Timber being properly back, and if he avoids injuries at some point, Ben White could get replaced? No, I don't. The only way I see Ben White moving from that right back position in the starting squad is if Saliba gets injured. Then I think Ben White, and even then, I don't even think Ben White could get replaced. I think Timber could slot into that right centre back position. Is my honest opinion for that one. So I don't think Ben White is going to get replaced in the first team squad unless he leaves. Then he will be replaced, obviously. Who will have a better season, Manchester United or Chelsea? Manchester United. I think Manchester United will finish above Chelsea. In my personal opinion, my humble opinion. I think Chelsea are a mess right now. That's the truth. Truth of the matter is, they are a mess right now. And yeah, for me personally, I think it's going to be Man United. I think Man United look a bit more secure, although they got pampered and freaking blammed by Liverpool yesterday. Pampered is not even the right word. Although they got blammed by Liverpool yesterday. Yeah. Let's not forget that Man United are still, going for a transition. They're trying to get the they're trying to get their thing done. Do you know what I mean? So, thoughts on White's bad boy attitude growing? We need one, by the way. Yeah, 100%. Sorry, dog. The fact that Ben White is a prick is something that I love, bro. I love the fact that he's a prick. He's a c word, and people get angry at that. But I love that. Love that. Go shit in their ear, man. Start touching the freaking goalkeeper's gloves. Throw somebody to the floor. I don't care, bro. Do all of that. You think I care? I don't want nice guys. I don't want nice guys in my team. I want bad guys. Take it back to the crazy gang with Vinnie Jones and all them, man, bro. Do you know what I mean? I've had enough. Forget about nice guys. There is no place for nice guys in competitive sport. There is no place for nice guys. The bad guys always win. Always. Nice guys finish last. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Ben White's attitude. Exactly, bro. Ben White, a real bad man. Not in the movies. Yeah, in the movies, the bad guys always finish last. They always lose. Speaking on Ben of White, can we score as many goals, as many set pieces? Yes, because with the additions of Calafiori, with the additions of Merino, and inshallah, the addition of Victor Gyokeres, we're adding more and more height to the team. We're just adding more and more height. So I think we can. I think we're going to have more players. I think we're going to have more players that can header the ball, more players that can get goals from set pieces. So yeah, I do think we'll score more set piece goals this season than we did last season. Big up to Rashid. Big up, bro. Big up, man. Hopefully you're well and the family as well. Your points prediction. I'm gonna save this, Sareda. I know you want me to give my points prediction at the moment. I need to save this because we're gonna do a Guna Lounge and we're all gonna give our predictions for the Premier League. So I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna save this because I need us to do all our predictions. All of us are gonna have our predictions. So I'm gonna save this, but I appreciate the question. But yeah, anyway, big ups to everybody that has tuned in, man. I think we're gonna leave it here. We've spoken. This was a quick episode, to be honest. Nketiah, Osimhen, Merino, Gyokeres. Not much to speak about, to be honest. For me, anyway. But here we go. Let me just give this quickly because Nathan asked this one. Top four predictions at least. Okay, top four. Obviously, Arsenal, Man City. We're gonna put them in there. No particular order, and then the other teams that I think will get into the top four. Liverpool. I don't know why it took me so long to say Liverpool because they're not even the one that's in question. Fudge. There's two teams, bro. There's two teams that I am just like. Newcastle. It was between Villa and Newcastle, but Newcastle, bro. I don't know what it is about Newcastle, bro. I don't know what it is. Just no Europe. Do you know what I mean? I really think they could. Oh God, Lego, 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 Lego. What is this? What is this Lego? That means we got to get 102 points, bro, or 101 points. We got to beat the Centurions. There you are, Lego. Yeah, yeah, 100%. Newcastle will flop again. I don't think so, bro. I don't think so. I think Newcastle are going to have a very bright future, man. I think them keeping Isaac, them keeping Bruno Gyokeres, them keeping Gordon, very good, man. Very good business um, for them to be able to keep those players because those players are key to them. Obviously, they still got Jolinton and they've got Tonali back, by the way, guys. Tonali is going to be available. So, yeah, listen, I definitely think it's something that we need to look at, bro, because they can get much better now. 91, 92 points will win the seat, will win it. In my opinion, yeah, I think similar to that, man. I think 92 plus points will win you the league. In my personal opinion. But anyway, listen, big up to everybody that has tuned in. Big up to everybody that is watching on a replay. Make sure you are smashing the like button. Make sure you are subscribing to the channel. Shorter stream today. Well, it's not really been shorter stream. We finished at around 35, 40 minutes and then just add some question times. But if you've got any questions you want to ask me, football related, let me know in the comments below and I will be answering them. So ask your comments. Go in the comments, put your questions in there, and we will answer them for you. If you have, if you have missed out on this live, big ups to everybody. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out, people. Actually, so we see who's live. Is anybody actually live right now? Let me mute myself, man. I hate hearing my voice. I hate hearing my voice. Who's live? Who is live? Ah, Mo's live. Shall we pass it over to Mo? Guys, I'm gonna pass you over to Mo, yeah? Go over there. Can you spam a Sard raid? Just spam Sard raid right there. Sard raid. Just spam that just so he knows that I've raided him, yeah, because they don't give me credit, these frauds. You know what I mean? I send them people over and they don't give me credit. They're frauds. But yeah, make sure to smash the like button, make sure to subscribe to the channel and spam Sard Raid in the comments. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Love for the love. On to the next one. Bye. Peace.